This is Shevii, the seventh reading of our weekly Torah portion of Vayera. Shevii, the seventh reading, is found in Genesis, chapter 22, verse 1 through verse 24. It's the entire chapter, and it is the famous chapter of the Akedah, the binding of Isaac. And it will also be the Maftir, the final reading, which is the last 5 verses of this reading. ויהי אחר הדברים האלה, והאלוהים נישא את אברהם, ויאמר אליו אברהם, ויאמר הנני. And it came to pass after these things that God tested Abraham, and he said to him, Abraham? And he said, Here I am. ויאמר, קח נא את בנך את יחידך, אשר אהבת את יצחק, ולך לך אל ארץ המוריה, והעלהו שם לעולה, על אחד ההרים אשר אמר אליך. And he said, Please take your son, your only one, whom you love, yes, Isaac, and go away to the land of Moriah and bring him up there for a burnt offering on one of the mountains, of which I will tell you. וישכם אברהם בבוקר ויחבוש את חמורו ויקח את שני נעריו איתו ואת יצחק בנו. ויבקע עצי עולה ויקום וילך אל המקום אשר אמר לו האלוהים. And Abraham arose early in the morning, and he saddled his donkey, and he took his 2 young men with him, and Isaac his son, and he split wood for a burnt offering, and he arose and went to the place of which God had told him. ביום השלישי וישא אברהם את עיניו וירא את המקום מרחוק. On the 3rd day Abraham lifted up his eyes, and he saw the place from afar. ויאמר אברהם אל נעריו, שבו לכם פה עם החמור, ואני והנער נלכה עד כה, ונשתחווה ונשובה עליכם. And Abraham said to his young men, Stay here with the donkey, and I and the lad will go yonder, and we will prostrate ourselves and return to you. ויקח אברהם את עצי העולה וישם על יצחק בנו ויקח בידו את האש ואת המאכלת וילכו שניהם יחדיו. And Abraham took the wood for the burnt offering, and he placed it upon his son Isaac, and he took in his hand the fire and the knife, and they both went together. ויאמר יצחק אל אברהם אבי, ויאמר אבי, ויאמר הנני בני, ויאמר הנה האש והעצים, ואיה הסה לעולה. And Isaac spoke to Abraham his father, and he said, My father, and he said, Here I am, my son. And he said, Here are the fire and the wood, but where is the lamb for the burnt offering? ויאמר אברהם, אלוהים יראה לו הסה לעולה בני. וילכו שניהם יחדיו. And Abraham said, God will provide for himself the lamb for the burnt offering, my son. And they went together. ויבואו אל המקום אשר אמר לו האלוהים, ויבן שם אברהם את המזבח, ויערוך את העצים ויקוד את יצחק בנו, וישם אותו על המזבח ממעל העצים. And they came to the place of which God had spoken to him. And Abraham built the altar there, and arranged the wood, and he bound Isaac his son, and placed him on the altar upon the wood. וישלח אברהם את ידו, ויקח את המאכלת, לשחוט את בנו. And Abraham stretched forth his hand and took the knife to slaughter his son. ויקרא אליו מלאך אדוני מן השמיים, ויאמר אברהם, אברהם, Vayomer Hineni. And an angel of God called to him from heaven and said, Abraham, Abraham. And he said, Here I am. Vayomer Al tishlach yadcha el hana'ar, ve'al ta'as lo me'uma. Ki ata yadati, ki yireh Elohim ata, ve'lo chasachta et bincha, et yichidcha mimeni. And he said, Do not stretch forth your hand to the lad, nor do the slightest thing to him. For now I know that you are a God-fearing man, and you did not withhold your son, your only one, from me. Vayisav Avraham et einav vayar v'hineh ayil achar ne'echaz basvach v'karnav. Vayelech Avraham vayikach et ha'ayil vaya'aleu le'olah tachat beno. And Abraham lifted up his eyes, and he saw, and lo, there was a ram, and after that it was caught in a tree by its horns. And Abraham went and took the ram and offered it up as a burnt offering instead of his son. Vayikra Avraham shema makom ahu Adonai yireh, asher yamer hayom bahar Adonai yireh. And Abraham named that place, The Lord will see. As it is said to this day, on the mountain the Lord will be seen. Vayikra malach Adonai el Avraham shenit bin hashamayim. And an angel of the Lord called to Abraham a second time from heaven. Vayomer bi nishbati ne'um Adonai, ki ya'an asher asita et hadavar hazeh, ve'lo chasachta et bincha et yichidecha. And he said, By myself I have sworn, says the Lord, that because you have done this thing, and you did not withhold your son, your only one, ki barecha barechecha ve'harba arbe et zaracha kichofei hashamayim yechachol asher al sfat hayam ve'yirash zaracha et sha'ar oivav. That I will ki barech avrechecha ve'arbe et zaracha kichofei hashamayim yechachol asher al sfat hayam ve'yirash zaracha et sha'ar oivav. That I will surely bless you, and I will greatly multiply your seed as the stars of the heavens, and as the sand that is on the seashore, and your descendants will inherit the cities of their enemies. V'hit borchu b'zaracha kol goyei haaretz ekev asher shamatz b'koli. And through your children shall be blessed all the nations of the world, because you hearkened to my voice. Vayashav Avraham el ne'arav v'yakumu v'yelchu yachdav el be'er shava. Vayashav vayeshev Avraham be'er shava. And Abraham returned to his young men, and they arose and went together to Beersheba, and Abraham remained in Beersheba. Beersheba. ויהי אחרי הדברים האלה ויוגד לאברהם לאמור, הנה ילדה מילכה, גם היא בנים לנחור אחיך. And it came to pass after these matters that it was told to Abraham, saying, Behold, Milcah, she also bore sons to Nahor your brother. Et Utz Bechoro, ve'et Buz Achiv, ve'et Kemuel Avi Aram. Uz, his firstborn, Utz, his firstborn, and Buz, his brother, and Kemuel, the father of Aram. Ve'et Kesed, ve'et Chazo, ve'et Pildash, ve'et Yildaf, ve'et Betuel. And Kesed, and Hazo, and Pildash, and Yildaf, and Betuel. Yidlaf. ובתואל ילד את רבקה. 8 אלה ילדה מילכה לנחור אחי אברהם. ופילגשו Ushema Re'uma, Vatelet Gam Hi et Tevach, et Gacham, et Tahash, et Ma'acha. Oh, going back to 23, I didn't read it. And Betuel begot Rebekah. These 8 did Milcah bear to Nahor, Abraham's brother. And his concubine, whose name was Re'uma, had also given birth to Teva and Gacham and Tahash and Ma'acha. And now for the final reading. The final reading will start, is known as the Maftir, starts from verse 20. ויהי אחרי הדברים האלה ויוגד לאברהם לאמור הנה ילדה מילכה גם היא בנים לאחר אחיך. And it came to pass after these matters that it was told to Abraham, saying, Behold, Milcah, she bore sons to Nahor your brother. Et Uz bechorov et Buz achiv et Kemuel of Yaram. Uz his firstborn and Buz his brother and Kemuel the father of Aram. Et Kesed, et Chazov, et Pildash, et Yidlaf et Betuel. And Kesed and Chazo and Pildash and Yidlaf and Betuel. Ubetuel yalad et Rivka shmona ele. Yaldad Milkal Nahor Avraham. And Betuel begot Rebekah. These 8 did Milcah bear to Nahor. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right, 8. Betuel yalad Rivka shmona ele. And Betuel begot Rebekah. These 8 did Milcah bear to Nahor, Abraham's brother. Upilak show Shema Re'uma v'teled gam hi et Tevach, et Gacham, et Tahash, et Ma'acha. And his concubine, whose name was Re'uma, had also given birth to Teva, and Gacham, and Tahash, and Ma'acha.